I was making millions, but I was almost broke. Last 2024, we were generating tens of millions in revenue. Thousands of orders every day. From the outside, parang nanalo na kami. But every end of the month, I'd open my bank account and the number I expected, wala naman dun. We were not failing. We were growing. But I was lying to myself about almost everything. So here, I'm going to share with you the 5 lies that almost cost me everything and what I had to unlearn para makarating dito. High revenue, zero profit, or even negative profit. Here's why. Ito yung pinaka-dangerous na trap sa e-com or retail, and I fell for it. Nakikita mo yung mga posts sa social media na, 5 million sales per month, 20 million, even 50 million, 100 million. Impressive, di ba? Like, ang lalaking numbers nun. Pero, revenue is a vanity metric. It tells you nothing about the actual health of your business. Yung number na mas mahalaga, it's profit per order. Meaning, sa bawat isang benta mo, kumikita ka ba? After platform fees, labor, rent, ad spend, packaging, returns, and even taxes, may natitira pa ba? Marami akong na-encounter na akala nilang kumikita sila. Same with me before. Pero nung tiningnan namin yung tunay nilang numbers, their unit economics, umiikot lang pala yung pera. Hindi lumalaki. Paikot-ikot. At ang reason nila, hindi nila alam. Wala silang proper financial system, wala silang internal accounting. Usually, yung nangyayari, nag-hire lang ng third party na tax filer and then akala nila bookkeeping na yun, di ba? Yung business nila was running on feelings, on vibes, on emotions, on assumptions. Accounting is the language of business. Kung hindi mo nababasa yung language ng sarili mong negosyo, hindi mo malalaman kung lugi ka o kumikita. And I say this because that was me before. I was the guy na ayaw tingnan ang numbers kasi takot akong i-confirm kung most likely baka hindi talaga kami kumikita. So I was so scared of facing the truth. Until one night, I finally sat down with my team as well. We worked together. Kinanta ko lahat yung totoong selling price, platform fees, shipping, ad spend, packaging, returns, cancellations, taxes, everything, all considerations. Yung number na lumabas was nothing close to what I thought it was. But that moment, that's where the real business finally started. I priced lower than everyone. It almost destroyed us. Nung nilabas namin yung products namin sa Bakas, we started in 2021 with apparel, and then 2024, we pivoted to another product line. I looked at what everyone else was charging, and I went lower. Kasi akala ko, mas mura, mas maraming bibili. And honestly, yeah, it worked. We sold thousands. We went viral. Mataas ang volume. Pero at the end of the month, maraming nabenta, pero wala naman kaming profit. And here's the part na hindi mo gustong marinig. Yung competitors mong pinagbasihan mo ng price, just like what I did, hindi naman natin alam kung kumikita sila eh. Baka nga lugi din sila. Kung magpa-price ka based on kung ano yung presyo ng competitors, tapos lugi din pala sila, so sabay tayong babagsak. Yung shift na binago, lahat para sa amin, tinigilan ko yung pagtingin ng presyo ng iba at sinimulan ko ng tingnan yung sarili kong numbers. We raised our price. Yes, I even doubled their price. Orders dropped, but the profit per order almost tripled. Returns went down. And yung customers na natira, I would say they're the best customers. The goal was never to be the cheapest. The goal is to be worth it. So, my lesson here was price it based on impact, not based on your competitor's price. Your TikTok Shop buyers, they're not your customers. Ito yung hindi gustong sabihin ng mga platform, no? Pero kailangan nating malaman. Pag binibili yung product mo sa TikTok Shop, Shopee, Lazada, hindi mo actually customers yun. Customers sila ng platforms. So, ano ibig sabihin? Wala kang data dun sa customers na yun. Hindi mo sila ma-reach directly. At kung mag-change ng algorithm, yung platform na yun bukas ng umaga, bumagsak ang sales mo, wala kang magagawa. That's out of your control. And another one, every single purchase from a loyal customer, lalo na kung repeating purchase yung product mo, binabayaran mo pa rin ang platform na yun para makuha yung sale na yun. Kahit alam mo na bibili pa rin naman sila eh. Binabayaran mo pa rin. Hindi mo na-take advantage yung nagasto mo to acquire a customer before. Kaya yung pinaka-smart na move move para mag-establish ng brand is mag-invest ka din sa sarili mong channel. Your own website, email list, direct relationship sa customers mo. Kasi yung negosyo na may sariling customer data, mas scalable, mas stable, hindi natatakot sa algorithm. Ang TikTok Shop, pwede mo siyang gamitin to acquire for people to discover you. But it should not be the 100% of your sales. Own your customers or the platform will. I tried to do everything myself. It almost bankrupted us. Ito yung pinaka-costly na mistake ko at hindi to tungkol sa pera. Nung sinimulan namin ang brand namin, one major change we implemented was I wanted to do everything by ourselves. Like production, printing, packaging, fulfillment. Kasi in my thinking, makakatipid kami. At nakatipid nga kami per piece. Pero almost kami na bankrupt dahil doon sa isang desisyon na yon. Hindi kasi ang tunay na cost ay yung pera. Yung tunay na cost ay yung focus ko. Nakafocus ako sa maliliit na operational details. There's nothing bad to that naman. It's part of, running and growing a business. The real cost of doing it all yourself is not money. It's your attention. That attention, yun yung pinaka-scarce na resource ng isang founder. Ngayon, kung kaya naming i-outsource ng maayos, yung kailangan naming gawin, ginagawa namin kahit medyo mas mahal. The real question is, ginagamit ko ba ang oras ko sa pinakamahalagang actions or tasks? Scaling a business will break you. This is not a warning. This is the process. In 2024, akala namin nag-scale na kami. Maraming orders, maraming content, and then we almost went bankrupt. Kasi nag-scale kami bago namin na-fix yung unit economics, bago namin na-clean yung books namin, bago namin na-build ang proper systems. At yun yung lesson na masakit, no? Kung mag-scale ka ng hindi maayos, pina-amplify mo yung problema, hindi yung solusyon. So, bago ka mag-scale, I have these 3 questions you need to answer first. Consistently profitable ka ba per order? Hindi lang yung total na benta, but actual profit. Second, may repeat customer demand ka ba na ikaw mismo ang may hawak, hindi yung platform? And then third, kaya bang tumakbo yung business kahit wala ka? Kung hindi mo ma-check lahat ng tatlong yon, wag muna. Fix those first. Kasi whatever you will do while those problems are still ongoing, it will also scale the problem, not the business. Kasi yung growth na hindi handa, hindi success yun eh. Yun ay mas mabilis na failure. I help brand owners and retail brand owners like me find where their money is actually going. Yung business na gusto mo, it needs a version of you na hindi pa nag-exist ngayon. At yung pagsira na mangyayari in the process of doing it, that's not failure. Yun yung process. That's the reality of running a business. Minsan nga, ang kailangan lang ay isang tao na tumingin sa numbers mo, kasama mo, at sabihin, oy, ito yung problema at ito yung solusyon. Yun yung ginagawa ko with my mentorships and consultations. This is helpful for retail brand owners like me. I do this because I'm still in the trenches. Ngayon, every day we're operating the retail brand that I have. And so we know what it feels like. So we map out the unit economics together, find where the money is leaking, and build a plan to fix it. So if you're interested, no pressure. There's a link in the description. Check it. If you're really serious, let's figure it out.